We're here at Cilantro Chive in Lacombe, and I'm one of the owners here.
All right, so you are an amazing farm-to-table restaurant that supports local, everything from the glass to the plate. Can you tell me a little bit about your restaurants that you have and why it's so important for you to support local?
Well, we're here at Cilantro Chive, and here it's very important for us to support local because they're our neighbors, they're our friends, they're people that sit on our boards, our kids go to the same schools, and that's across Alberta, from the beer in the glass, the spirits in the glass, to the food on the plate. And here at Cilantro, we take home-style, hearty food and put our own little twist on it, putting our own little thumbprint on each plate.
So when you talk about your food, for people that have not been here before, how would you describe your food and what kind of experience people have?
Our food is somewhat hard to describe, but we like to think of it as comfort food done differently. So we take those hearty meals that you would get at home, out on the farm, around the dinner table, and put our own little twist, a unique stamp on it, and have some fun with it. We kick them up a little bit.
So your Instagram feed is obviously fascinating, and it's fun for us to follow. Maybe you could tell me a little bit about your Caesar.
Our Caesars that eat like a meal. A few years ago, we were challenged, called out, I guess, on social media to up our garnish game on our Caesars. So we took a burger, jacked it up, and right now we've got a bacon quad on top of a Caesar. So we've got over a pound of meat stacked high on top of a Caesar. We've got our pulled pork mac and cheese, which is a pulled pork sandwich topped with mac and cheese on top of a Caesar. We're just having some fun. Taking, again, some simple comfort food, jacking it up and putting our own little twist on there and having a good time with it.
I'm thinking you probably won that garnish challenge.
We've been called out a few times, but we keep having some fun.
All right, what's the deal with your burger of the month?
Oh, burger of the month, that's a long story. I read a storybook to a kindergarten class here in town for National Literacy Day almost 5 years ago, and these kids got a piece of paper at the end of the reading, and bottom burger bun, top burger bun, they got to put whatever they wanted on it, and it was really quite interesting for me as a cook, as a chef. This has to go with this needs to be with that, and seeing these kids' ideas and just genuine, raw ideas flowing on the paper. I mean, one kid had mud, another one had spaghetti. It was hilarious. We took these back, realized that there was some potential, put a couple of them together, tried it. It was fantastic. Went back to the kids and told them that we were going to put the burger on our menu for a month and that we were going to give $2 to a charity. And these kids came up with the idea of the local food bank and raised money and raised awareness and raised dry goods for them over the course of that month. And it's just taken off from there. We're coming up on 5 years. We're coming up on $100,000 that we've been able to donate back to charities and organizations in our community. And it's all because of our guest support. So it's been a whirlwind. We've thought we'd run out of ideas by now, but it's still happening. It's still having fun.
Wonderful. Now, you've got 2 locations.
One in Red Deer as well too. We just opened in January of this year, and it's been going well through COVID.
And your burger of the month are different for both locations.
Absolutely. We have a different guest chef in each location and a different burger.
That is awesome. Ice cream sandwiches. I mean, we got to talk about these things that we see all the pictures of.
With the ice cream sandwich, we initially started working with Halen, who was a young kid out of Red Deer who did ice cream pop-ups and raised money for the Ronald McDonald House. Halen has since moved on, but we continued it in his name, I guess, of sorts. And now we're working with local elementary schools, doing different ice cream sandwiches every 3 months and doing little pop-ups at these schools. Obviously through COVID it's been a bit of a challenge to do that, but raising money for their different programs that they need funds for and just trying to help out in different ways.
All right. So your menu is lovely. It makes it hard to choose. But if someone is coming here for the first time, we talked about your burgers, we talked about your ice cream sandwiches. What do they have to have from your menu? What is a must?
Ooh, we change up our menu every 3 months, so things are always coming and going, but our duck wings have always been a standard. Our burger, bison burger, has been a standard as well too from MMSW Farms, but everything is kind of fair game and we switch it up, so sometimes those favorite dishes end up going away, unfortunately.
All right, and I think we need a little bit of a story about your duck wings, because when people think about chicken wings or duck wings, that's not what yours are. So maybe tell me what you are doing to those lovely duck wings.
Duck is a little bit of a tougher meat than chicken is, so we braise it in apple juice, herbs, and spices for 3 hours, and then we quickly give them a little flash fry in our deep fryer, give them a crispy coating, and toss them in a house-made Asian salt sauce. So there's a whole lot of flavors going on in those duck wings.
Amazing. Is there anything that you would want to tell somebody about your restaurant that we haven't touched on?
Our whole motto is Grandma's Kitchen Table, somewhere for people to connect and engage, kind of let the day's worries go away, have those conversations and be able to engage with each other again and share a meal, share a drink, and just have some fun.
I'm going to ask you one more question. That's it. You got to talk about your beer program and what you're doing there.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you can't not touch on the beer.
Our beer, nothing but craft on our menu. Through COVID, we've kind of shrunk it down a little bit from the 200 and some that we used to have. We're sitting around about 150. We've got a pretty awesome cellar that we're pretty proud of here in Lacombe, building that up in Red Deer as well, but it's all craft. We have no domestics, no imports, and right now we're working on moving our spirit program in the same direction as well. So by this time next year, our back bar will be nothing but craft spirits.
Awesome. And then I lied. I'm going to ask one last one.
And by
and one last one.
Predominantly Alberta, yes. There is some that we're still going to be outside of the province. Unfortunately, the spirits industry is a little new in Alberta comparative to the beer scene, but it's growing and expanding at an exponential rate as well. So we're really hopeful that we'll be able to have 100% Alberta products by this time next year.
Awesome. Your 30-second quick pitch, someone that's never been here, why should they come see you?
We've got beers, we've got cotton candy drinks for the kids, we've got awesome food, home-style meals, something you're going to recognize, but something different as well too. Just having some fun, having some drinks, eats, chilling, relaxing, enjoying their meals, conversation, all the fun stuff.
So you've got indoor and outdoor spaces too, so can you tell us about your patios?
Yeah, we've got a rear patio here that's covered. We've got our front street side patio as well too, as well as our indoor dining. In Red Deer, we've got a green space patio there, so we've got different dining for everybody.
So you're a bit of a destination though, so reservations? Reservations
are strongly encouraged at all times. We can easily book those online or by giving our team a shout, 403-782-2882 or cilantroandchive.ca.
You may be from Alberta, but have you really seen Alberta? From vast vistas brimming with the beauty of nature to a rural paradise offering unique and welcoming commerce, get acquainted with what Alberta has to offer by experiencing Alberta through the eyes of a tourist. Visit rumblealberta.com now to plan your unique experience today.
Fort McMurray Wood Buffalo, where life takes shape.
place here. Tell me a little bit about the village for people that have never been here.
Well, it's been here for about 25 years. I've been here for 13 years. It started off with just a couple of places and it just grew throughout the years. It's a great place for people to stop, do a little shopping, have some lunch, have a drink.
Wonderful. Now you've got a charming little ice cream shop, you've got sandwiches, bakers. Tell us, what do you have here for someone that hasn't been here?
Okay, well, we have a little bit of everything. We have a full breakfast, full lunch menu, the lunch sandwiches and homemade soup, amongst other things, salads, and ice cream, of course, in the summertime is a big hit, and candy, lots of old-fashioned candy.
Wonderful, and a beautiful glass case full
yes,
of...
yeah, all homemade pastries, lots of homemade pie, a couple of homemade candies, just a variety of all home-baked goodies.
That's wonderful. So tell me a little bit about your nougat. I've heard a bit about it.
Well, it's if you've ever had a nougat bar, I mean, it's sticky, but it's very good and a little bit of gummy inside. So yeah, it's tasty.
And your biggest seller? What is the biggest thing that you're known for here in Pigeon Lake?
Well, in the summertime, it's definitely ice cream.
Right.
But we're also well known for our homemade pies.
Wonderful. And your favorite pie?
Oh, mine would probably be the chocolate butterscotch.
Yeah, I like that. And they're all baked in-house here?
Yes, they are.
Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit about how you opened your store here and why you chose Pigeon Lake?
Well, I've lived here all my life, so that's why I chose, because it's where I live. But what started off small, all we had was the candy and the ice cream, and then it's pretty hard to live on ice cream throughout the winter time, so that's when we added a little bit of breakfast, and it's just growing from there.
Very nice. And for someone who's never been here before, why should they come see you?
Well, everything here is homemade, except for our bread. Other than that, everything is made from scratch. So it's kind of like eating mom's cooking.
Perfect. And obviously there's a lot of other little businesses around here and stuff. So if someone's here for the first time, where else would you suggest that they explore?
Well, right here in the village is a really nice dress shop, and she has a lot of nice clothes there. Also a real unique gift store right next door. And just this summer we opened up a bakery just down at the end.
Very cool. Is there anything else that you would like someone who's never been here to know about you or your business? Or the area?
Well, Pigeon Lake is known for the beautiful beach at Mamio Beach, of course, sandy beach. Just lots of boating, fishing, and there's a lot of walking trails. There's lots to do if you come out to camp for the weekend.
Wonderful. Perfect.
What is your business here?
So this is the Gull Lake Honey Company. So it's a family-run apiary that my husband and I started 4.5 years ago. So new to the business, but we've grown into a commercial scale apiary. So we produce honey in bulk, hundreds of thousands of pounds into the packing plants and stuff like that. And then we also have our little fresh honey tap and honey store here that we can sell retail direct to customer.
That's really exciting. So how many hives roughly do you have around Alberta here?
So currently we have about 1,800 producing hives, and then about another 400 to 500 nucleus colonies, which will be, hopefully, if they survive the winter, they'll be producing hives for next year. So they're always kind of our replacement hives if we have any colony loss.
Right. And where are the hives located? I know we're here in Gull Lake, but so where all do you have your hives located?
Most of our colonies are still out in the field, so we kind of find suitable places in the corners of farmers' fields that have good access so we can get our trucks in and out of, and so they will stay there year round. So usually a yard will consist of about 40 hives or colonies, And then throughout the summer, we add boxes for the honey, and then into the fall, then we start to wrap them up in insulated tarps, and they just hunker down for the winter, and we'll see them again in the spring.
That's really exciting. And you've got a charming shop here. So people come out to visit you on your farm here. What can they expect?
So we have a little farm store here, which of course we sell honey and beeswax candles and other beeswax related products that we produce. And then we also have a number of other small businesses that we've kind of partnered with, that we showcase some of their wares and products here as well, because we're open throughout the season, basically 6 days a week. And so it's just a nice way to get the small businesses to have an opportunity to showcase their stuff and and have people come out to visit.
That's wonderful. And I know sometimes on weekends and that you have markets. You just have them last weekend. So
Yeah.
tell me a little bit about your markets that you go.
So it was just a way for us to kind of keep the flow of traffic through. I mean, it's nice and busy in the summer when we have a lot of lake traffic and seasonal, customers and stuff like that. But in the fall and winter, it gets a little quieter around here, obviously. And so just a nice way to kind of increase the traffic through here. So we thought it'd be fun to reach out to other, vendors, small businesses and stuff. So we set up kind of a craft market right around the extraction facility or extraction machine in our facility here. And so we're able to accommodate about 18 to 20 additional vendors, and so kind of farmers market style. So people will come, they can shop in the honey store and then go shop at all of our other little vendors and stuff like that. And so we have a lot of fun with it. Have a couple hundred people come through in a few hours, and just a nice way again to kind of help each other out small business wise. We have the heated indoor space so we can run markets throughout the winter and stuff as well.
That's really exciting. Now, on your farm, we also sell some other animals. So you have horses, you have chickens. Tell us about what's on your farm.
So we're also actually a full-scale bison ranch. So my husband's aunt and uncle own the bison, but they're managed on the property here. So we actually have 120 head bison operation here. So from that, we will sometimes in the spring get an orphaned bison calf that we can bottle raise and stuff. So right now we have James, the baby bison, that's out there. And so we don't always have a bison calf every year, but that's kind of a fun thing from this year. We usually get 3 to 5 bottle-fed baby goats every spring as well. So they actually just left this past weekend as well. So we don't have the goats anymore, but in the spring we'll get another handful of little baby goats. We have a couple horses on the property and stuff too. So it's just a nice way to something I love. I'm an animal lover, so if I say I live on a farm, I need to have a few farm animals, and mostly just for fun. We just love having them around, hearing the cock-a-doodle-doos all day long. So yeah, it's people can pet them. We have little feeders to help if you want to feed them and stuff like that. So you can drop in anytime, and they're accessible for people.
Last question. If someone's never been here before, first time walking in here, what is the one thing you'd want them to know about you guys in your space?
We love bees, and I think one of the most interesting facts that when we tell people, they're like, oh, I didn't know that, is how different honey can taste depending on the floral content that it's from. So we have all sorts of different honey, from a blueberry blossom honey from pollinating blueberries in BC. We have our spring floral dandelion honey. We have our midsummer clover canola honey, and all those honeys taste completely different. They look totally different. They crystallize differently. So it's just a kind of a neat experience where people can taste. We have a little tasting station, and they can kind of taste the difference, see the difference between the honey. And a lot of people are kind of, I thought honey was honey, but there's a big difference between it all. So.
You may be from Alberta, but have you really seen Alberta? With its vast vistas and stunning locale, there's bound to be something for everyone. Visit rumblealberta.com now to plan your unique experience today.
McMurray Wood Buffalo, where life takes shape.
My name is Pam Peters. You're right now at 6 on the block. And we are a local butcher shop, so we do an on-farm butchering, so it's better for the animal. We go to your farm, we go to the local farmers, and we slaughter the animal there. We bring it back here, we hang it and process it here. Everything right from your steaks to your roasts and your sausages as well.
Okay, and can you tell me where is your shop here located, your retail front?
We are actually just on the south side of Highway number 12 and on the west side of Highway number 2. So we're on the southwest corner of Highway 2 and 12.
Wonderful. All right, so your shop here, you've got an amazing cross-section of products. You've got just, your coolers are full. Tell us what they're full of.
Okay, so I'm going to back you up a little bit there first. I'm going to tell you what 6th on the block means, actually. My husband and I started this butcher shop here 2 years ago in April, so we've been here just about 2.5 years. But we came up with the name 6th on the block, 6th generation butcher shop. So my husband is a 6th generation butcher, and he is right from Holland. So all of his uncles and his grandfather and great-grandfather all over there have been butchers as well. So when you come to our store, you'll actually see on the front of the storefront, it is actually their butcher shop in Holland. So it's a nice little tweak to kind of doing local. What I carry in the store here, I started out before we even had this store. I was at farmers markets and selling my products out of a trailer at the campgrounds. And I got so busy doing that that we decided, let's put it all together here. So Rob was doing the butchering, the on-farm butchering. He was doing the cutting and the wrapping, and I was handling the retail fronts and helping with the sausage. We got so busy when we first opened. It was just Rob and I, and within a matter of a month and a half, we were up to 15 employees. So that's crazy busy. What we carry here is we try to carry as local as we can. So everything is Alberta-based, but then we go that one step further. We try to get central Alberta. So any of the meat products that you see here that we carry, the beef and the pork, actually. The beef is from the local farmers around the central Alberta area. So we go as far east as Stettler, we go as far north as Camrose, and then we go as far south as Crossfield. So we carry a wide variety of the local beef. When you get into the seafood, it is not Gull Lake. Seafood actually comes, it's all wild seafood that we bring in, so it is not farmed. And then we carry chicken products. Some of my chicken products are from Sylvan Lake Hutterite Colony, Pine Hill. And all my pork products come from Bashaw, and it's actually Heartland Colony. So we've been dealing with those Hutterites for years. So that's where that comes from. And then any of the sausages you see here, we do in-house. We do everything in-house. We also do gluten-free, anything to do with your allergies. We cater to that. You will find that our products are not as expensive as what you'll find in the grocery stores. It's because we don't have the overhead. So we try to give back what we want to eat to you guys. We also carry sauces. Again, she's from a local place out in Eckville. Vegan, sugar-free, gluten. That's her sauces there. So a lot of people nowadays are doing their own home smoking. So we're trying to integrate smoked coffees, smoked products, smoked sauces, that sort of thing.
That's wonderful. So obviously you've got your freezer and your cooler products, and
Yep.
you also have your smoked and dried products. So if people are out on a road trip, what can they pick up here to snack along the way?
Okay, so we like to pride ourselves in cutting steaks fresh for you when you walk in the door. So you typically will not see steaks sitting out here because we are going to cut them as thick as you like and the type that you like when you walk in the door. So you're going to have that little bit of wait period. But yes, we do that. We take pride in doing that. So it's not something that's been sitting on the shelf for a week. Smoked products, jerky. Jerky's a big one. Pepperoni and cheese sticks. We do all kinds of Ukrainian pickled sausages. Just neat little things. I have a blueberry maple breakfast sausage, which is really cool, and chicken sausages. He does all chicken sausages, which people love to do. So
it is wonderful to see all the local stuff that's in here. I love it.
4-H. 4-H is a huge thing that we support local around here. COVID made it very difficult on these 4-H kids, and because they used to be able to just go and show their animal and then try and get you to buy it. Well, nobody was allowed to be in public. So it was kind of like, you know what, kids, we had to go back to our roots to find what was going to pay our mortgage. So now, what did your grandparents used to do? When the going got tough, they figured it out. So I said, you kids are good with Facebook and Instagram. Start marketing your own animals, right? So yeah, that's why we have our TV up here. We actually do a lot of advertising for the 4-H through our local shop, trying to get buyers in.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Hi, I'm Tannis Baker with Alberta on the Plate and a guest host for Rumble Alberta. We're just outside of Shady Orchard and Winery up in Big Lakes, so we're going to go check these guys out.
So tell me, when did you start your plantings here, and then when did you open your winery?
So we started our orchard back in 2012 with the dream of eventually starting a winery. In 2016, with the fires at Fort McMurray, my other venture did very well, and that gave us the startup money to build our winery, and we opened up in February of 2018.
Wonderful. And with all your orchards here, can you tell me a little bit about what kind of fruits that you're growing?
So we have mostly like typical stuff that's grown in northern Alberta, short growing period. So, your raspberries. We do have pear trees, plum trees, Evans cherries is a very popular one. We did have an acre and a half of strawberries. They've since have run the course of their life, and we replanted this spring with 36,000 more strawberries.
That's a lot of berries. So,
and there's also Saskatoons.
Saskatoons, yes.
Cherries.
Choke cherries. So
wonderful. So now a lot of this fruit goes into your wines, but you also have a U-pick.
Not so much a U-pick. We do pre-pick. We just, for reasons that we found the U-pick didn't suit us very well, so we went with a pre-pick and just sell it, pre-picked.
So people can come out here to your winery and they can sample your wines, they can buy your fruit, and you're also in a market.
Yeah, we're in several markets, anywhere from as far as Manning down to St. Albert. We have full-time staff at Grand Prairie, Edmonton, and liquor stores as far as high level, Fort McMurray, down to Drumheller, Lethbridge, over to Bonnyville. There's about 46 different liquor stores around.
Wonderful. Well, we look forward to trying some of your wines, but can you tell me a little bit about your wines if you were to describe them?
Our wines and fruit wines generally tend to be on the sweet side. Some of them are off dry. Most of them are sweet, and that's the market we were going after, because there's hundreds of thousands of grape growers that are making dry wine. So we were trying to capture the sweet market.
Oh, wonderful. And can you tell us a little bit about your gift shop here that you've got and things that people can kind of explore and buy? What is that experience?
This is some local producers. We just put it in as on consignment. Just gives them a little bit of retail space.
And then, okay, tell me about the space we're in.
So this is the tap room. It's just for small functions, birthdays, tickets, just a girls' night. It seats up to 12 people, And we just do a small menu, or else we do charcuterie board. It's just a fun evening for ladies to come out, and we've done a lot of birthdays out here so far. And there's different options, like the great big charcuterie board at the end, or we have the little single ones, or just off the menu. And it's just phone for reservation, like, because it's not a restaurant, you have to reserve so that you don't get two people coming in. So yeah.